Today I'm going to bring you a ban list prediction list. I have two of my friends with me today. Y'all can say hello.
Hey, what's
What's
up?
up?
Dakota?
I'm Dylan.
Alrighty, guys. Without further ado, do y'all want to begin with this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
Alright, well, today we're going to start with Mindhacker. What is your opinions on Mindhacker?
Bye.
Yeah.
So I was debating on this one earlier, and I was looking at it. I'm like, well, I mean, it's not that bad at first because I'm a scrub, so we have to start from the why we think it is. But then I went, but then again, it gives you knowledge of your opponent's extra deck. Then triggers a zone lock off that. Then later on in the combo, you can activate it again and get another zone lock off of one card. And not only did you take five to seven cards out of their deck and extra deck, you've gotten so much knowledge on what they're playing, you can change your entire play style through the process. Card
1000%
needed to go.
agree. My whole point about it, it's like True King, the True King card. But
Which one? Masterpiece?
no,
No, Lustogen, whatever, the Earth one.
Litho.
Oh,
Yeah.
But you don't
Litho,
get
yeah.
the banish off the top of their main deck, which is the only reason I think it needs to go. If it just looked at your opponent's extra deck, it'd be perfectly fine.
I agree with that.
I've actually been hurt way too much with this card. I've lost too many games because of Mind Hacker. Next card that I have is Cyberstein. This is really a preemptively hit. However you say it.
Preemptive.
There you go. I think it needs to go because you can summon it so easily off the new potato card, but we're not getting that card for a while. So this is kind of like a wish, kind of, or a no change.
Dylan, what's your thoughts on that?
Cyberstein. I think it has to go because I've been what's on the receiving end of this card pretty bad with Exterio, and how the heck are you gonna out of Exterio without board breakers? You have to have Dark Relay.
Yeah.
Or
like
Dark Relay or Droplets.
I mean, that's completely. No one's playing Droplets.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gives a deck that doesn't have like a strong inboard like Sprite, a deck that all of a sudden has a strong inboard, and that you can even do it in like Runic. You can do it in so many decks that you can just look, here's a Cyberstein, deal with it. No, you don't. Okay, here's an Exterio. Have fun with this.
That's actually pretty funny.
Like,
I've never been hit with it like that, so I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
I will say that the FDK with it's pretty crazy too.
Oh, that's not specific, but yeah, you're probably right.
Next on the list that I have is Ibly. Do you think it deserves to get banned, or do you think it'll not change? Or this is more of like my as a wish list, because I did watch a couple ban list predictions and I kind of seen a couple people say it and their theories behind it was pretty good.
So here's the thing, right? I ran through these in my side deck when I went to Fort Worth, and every time this card was successfully summoned, I just instantly won. They would instantly scoop up. Especially branded players, you put that thing in defense, you put everything you got in defense, and you just look at them like, yeah, all right,
Yeah, that's
play the game.
perfectly balanced.
Like, and not only that, you can also run it in, like, just because All Mirage exists, you can run it in quite literally anything that can afford to lose a normal summon.
Dang, that actually just gave me a couple ideas. So I'd probably get rid of this card while you can, because I'm about to make some toxic
Yeah.
shit.
This card is just... Then again, there are decks that could just be like, oh, hey, out this. And they're just like, yeah, sure. And it's Mathmech. Mathmech just looks at this like you're an idiot. Like,
Thanks for the
Appreciate
link,
that.
Aribo.
Yeah, it's free now.
See, when I
So you think it
went
belongs
to
in the
Fort
wish
Worth-
list?
No, I think everything you've said so far should go. Like 100% should definitely leave.
Gotcha. And what were you
Yeah.
saying, Dylan, about Fort Worth?
No, I was saying whenever I went to Fort Worth, I planned for it, but never faced against any Ibly decks. So like I had the dark hole and everything ready in my side, but
Oh, I
just
made
never
dark
came
hole.
up for me.
But I was planning to go in second deck, so.
And you were playing Dymos, like yeah, you main deck Dark Hole.
It's just a combo piece. This one really, I don't think deserves to get banned. On the next one I have is Beatrice, but it's a whatever that word is. I can't say it.
Preemptive.
Preemptive. There we go.
I'm gonna have to disagree on this one. I think Beatrice is in a perfect place where she's at. She can just chill. She's at 1 if I remember correctly. If I'm
I
not
think she's
finding the
at.
comment.
I don't even remember if she's at 1 or 3. I can't remember.
Yeah, either one of those two. I think if she's at 1.
Beatrice? Yeah, she's at 1.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, then 100%. She's fine where she's at. They are getting rank and level 6 support out of a duelist pack soon.
Wild Survivors. That's why I was talking about it. There's a lot of level 6 monsters that we're getting.
So even with that being said, I still think she's okay where she's at. Because she's not, at this point in the game, she's not causing degenerate combos at this point. So I think it's safe to call it good, and she can stay 1.
Cool. We'll just put no change. Next on the list is mainly due to Labyrinth, and that is Eradicator.
I think I'm kind of...
I'm indifferent.
Dylan, what are your thoughts on this one?
I'm indifferent about this card because
you can set
I literally never see it ever. Like when I play against Labyrinth or anything like that, I just never see it.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Like I don't know if they're like I know it's good, but like I don't know if they're citing it or what.
Yeah.
But never.
And my thing is that most decks that I enjoy playing and that I like to play run a pretty standard monster count, like pretty heavy monster count. So for me, this doesn't affect me. But if you're playing like Runic, I could understand, or Striker, I could definitely understand why you want this card gone, because this card literally is a kick to the nuts. Like it just.
So I don't think it's gonna get hit.
No, I think it's gonna go to 1. If it's already a 1 if I remember right.
Yeah, but if it goes to 1, they're only playing the 1-of anyways because they can set it. Or they can set it off the Lord of the Heavenly Prison, or they can set it off of Thrust. You can set it off of so many things now.
So that's the other thing that's wrong with. Yeah, that's the other thing with this card. I think it's interesting how it's only reactive. It can only be proactive on your turn the following. That's my biggest problem with it. Is that you can search it, but you still can't activate it the same turn it's set. So I think it's fine at 1, but we can monitor it closely and see how much it affects it.
And do you believe you can set it under that Temple continuous spell?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That was some spice that just started at Fort Worth.
Yeah, I got hit with it at Mississippi Regional. He used it to use Big Welcome, which I was perfectly okay with. So I'll put this in wish list, which I think is... I don't think it'll get hit, but I do wish it does.
Yeah.
This one is a very, very hard one, because I think it's fine where it's at 3, and this is D-Barrier.
I think it's fine. Personally.
But I think if you ban Scythe, you kind of have to ban this card almost as well. Either ban or put it to 1.
Okay, I see what you're saying about Scythe, but Scythe got banned because not only was it an extra deck block, but it was also a combo piece.
Well, yeah, you just set off Daga.
Yeah, this isn't a combo piece at all. Well, no, even in like based, you would GG Wonder Magician with it and go back into Barone. So it was literally a combo piece at the same time. This one you got to set.
So you think no change?
I think no change, but I also see why people want this gone, because right now there's a lot of decks that really focus on exceeds and straight synchros, and you can just really easily identify them.
Yeah.
So the second they play one card, you're like, oh wow, D-Barrier.
Yeah, that is true.
Call whatever they're playing. You playing Cash? No, you're not.
So you think no change or limited or ban?
Honestly,
personally,
limited would
me, I
be
think no
fine.
change.
No change. And
That's
would you
just
say
me.
Dakota?
That's just me personally.
I say limited, just because I see why players would get mad at this and just want it gone.
I kind of agree with
Because
you because I don't see them outright
yeah,
banning it. I actually see them like semi then limited, maybe just limit it right out. I'll just go
yeah.
with my gut and
No,
say
no semi.
limit.
It's gonna go right to limited.
It kind of
If
has
it,
to go like a pointer and just went straight to a limited.
yeah,
It's such a degenerate card.
there's just too big of a blowout. Yeah, I would say limited.
Okay, now we have two right here. This is kind of which one would you hit? Which one we kind of know they're going to hit? The gimmick puppet or the branded expulsion.
I think we know the answer to this.
Yeah, ban expulsion, gimmick puppet says the same.
Correct. That's.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought we'd put both of them on here just so we can discuss it a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean,
because I was
crazy.
watching something. Yeah, I was watching something Pac said about it earlier because I was also doing the same thing you were doing, watching Banlist predictions, and like I think any smart Yu-Gi-Oh player would realize that. And I said this to Dylan earlier. It sucks losing to one card, not losing to one deck. Like when somebody straight up flips expulsion and goes, "Here's a gimmick puppet." Oh, cool! I'm gonna do nothing this turn. All right, nice. They can do that with Idol, and they can do that with Raw's Disciple. So if you get rid of that, you have to get rid of those monsters too. So like, get expulsion out of here. Needs to go. Card's too strong. Wins games that you shouldn't win.
I completely agree. I lost in Houston. I was X1 all the way until round 8, and then lost to Brandon. I was pretty upset
because of that.
No, he actually was main decking and he cross-outed it and then summoned it on my turn. That's broken.
Yeah.
Next card is Branded Fusion. I think this card has to either go to limited or semi-limited.
I can get a 1.
What is it in the OCG? I did not look it up. Does either of you know?
Pretty sure it's 1.
It's a 2.
As I said, I think it's at 2 in the OCG. That's why I say, yeah.
Oof. Yeah, it can definitely get a 1.
Okay. I think as well. But
I personally like the semi-limited list, but a lot of people don't like it.
I think the semi-limited list is only meant for Mally. Mally is too strong.
I have that discussion with Dylan every day. Every day, practically.
Facts.
He's like, "Oh yeah, I understand," but I also get this argument. Doing an entire cash combo, and then going, "Oh, Pot of Prosperity," and then you get to win more. Yeah. So if you're talking about stuff going to 2, a lot of people are talking about Pot going to 2 when we get to it. That's my opinion. But with Fusion, it needs to go to 1.
Yeah, facts.
It's either Fusion or you hit Albaz to 1.
Which Albaz, if it goes to 1, your combos are pretty much done with.
Yeah, well, they're not done with. It's just if they failure imperm your Lubellion, then all right, game 2, doc.
That is true. Or if Cash, banish it like off the baby Rise Heart.
Yep.
That would suck. Next on the list, I hate this card, is Branded Lost. I actually hate this card more than Branded Fusion.
Ugh. Branded Lost?
I hate this card.
Yeah, you could probably get a 1.
And they only play 1.
No, ban that shit then.
I doubt they ban it because it still hasn't got a reprint.
True.
Well, here's the thing about Brandon Lost, though. Dylan, earlier, as we were talking about some of the stuff on the list they're going to be reviewing today, we talked about it, and I explained it like, all right, imagine, he said it was like Meltdown. And I'm like, yeah, but imagine if Meltdown could be added 4 different ways from deck to hand, and even, I think, 2 different ways to just straight activate it.
Yeah, because you can activate it off of the Lubellion, the Brandon, or the Bestial.
Exactly, because you can search this card, and this card searches the cards that also search it. It can search Kit, all the Ecclesias. It can search, what's the other one? Mercurier, Albion, the Shrouded Dragon. Like, there's so many things that this card can search. You can either continue comboing. Like, it's a meltdown that does more. You know what I mean?
That's kind of why I don't like it. I feel like meltdown was kind of fair, and to an extent. At least you're only having to deal with one monster to negate, or one omni to negate, and they had to have the cards in hand to actually do the negate. This one says, I'm going to be able to non-target banish a card on the field. And you cannot respond.
Yep. Imagine it also says, I'm going to... Oh, hey, here's a free Dragoon.
Yeah.
Like,
here's a free Dragoon.
And
here it is. To free. May equipment. Like, it's just... The card... people are just saying, oh, it's Meltdown. But it's not Meltdown. It's a searchable in so many different other ways. And searches the things, so searches it in so many different other ways. Meltdown.
So I
which
think
is just
no
retarded.
change on that one. If it was in the wish list, but I'd rather Branded Fusion be hit to 1 compared to Branded Lost.
Oh, I want Lost banned. Gone. That card needs to go. Branded Lost needs to go, dog. It and Expulsion can leave.
By the way, you can't Ash us.
Yes, you can Ash. You can Ash. You can Ash, and you can. I do believe you can Imperm because Imperm does not negate activation.
Yeah, but also you're just gonna Ash the Fusion. So even then, they have other ways to do it. That's the thing. They can play around that with Lost. They can do things with it.
I think no change. You think ban. Dylan, it is up to you.
I'd just say no change.
Okay.
It's just one of those iffy.
I think if you hit, you already preemptively hit it once with Branded Fusion going to 1 and then banning Expulsion, so I think it's fine. Ash is just even better against the deck. Alright, well, on to the next deck that we're really having problems with this format, and that is Runic. We have Hugin up first. I think Hugin is fine as long as we hit Fountain to 1.
I was going to suggest harsher hits than that, because Tip is also on this list, too.
Tip is not on this list. I would say Tip would go to 1, and so would...
Yeah.
Because I think Tip is more broken because it can search any Runic spell in the deck.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to put Hugin no change and limited Fountain. And then if Tip was here, obviously limit Tip.
Yeah, so a lot of the images just didn't carry over. I downloaded like 60 images. Oh, God.
Hey.
And like a lot of them didn't carry over.
Hey, it's fine. We had the discussion on here, so they should know. Alrighty, now another deck that everyone is sick and tired of. Cash Tira. We have first up Finir. Personally, I think this card is fine. I think it will be no change to this card.
Finir? Yeah, probably the 1. Maybe 1. But again, like I said, I'm a big fan of the semi-limited, but...
Well, the thing is that this is like... it's at 3 or 1, because if it goes, the deck's dead. So
also, it just searches itself in any other deck.
Yeah, so it can't be at 2. It has to either be balls to the wall or a ball kind of close to the wall. That's where it needs to be. So I'm going to say at 1. Its ability to just continue comboing.
So you think it's going to get the tier elements treatment? It's going to put Finir to 1, and then our next one up is Unicorn. You think they're going to put Unicorn to 1? I think this is the one they should hit.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think it also should go. It should get limited.
And the next one, which is probably one of the most broken continuous spell cards I've ever read, and that is Birth. I don't think they will hit this card. If they do, they will not ban it, because then the deck is completely outright dead, unless they draw Theosis. I think this card could be on the wish list and go to 1, but I doubt they hit 3 cards to go to 1.
What do you think, Dylan?
Birth, probably no one. Honestly, I think I'll just hit all the cash to one. Like,
So you really think Konami's going to do that, or do you think?
No, I don't think they're going to do that.
So wish list.
Oh yeah, that's a kind of a wish list of one.
Yeah.
I think Konami.
I really want it to go.
I think Konami was leave it at 3.
I think it's the heart and soul of the deck.
I think they'd leave it at 3 and then hit all the monsters to 1.
I think they leave Baby Rice Heart though.
Oh yeah.
I wish that card would be just banned. Like, banish for cost. Okay, thank you. All right, Birth Effect, summon back. It's just insane.
And it keeps its level and the banishment too, which is bonkers.
Yeah, it's insane.
It still turns 7.
That is fucking insane. There is also a card on here that's not... 2 cards that are not here, which I don't think are going to get hit, and that's Sprite Jet and Sprite Blue. Because if you're going to hit Jet, you really do nothing to the deck. People are only playing 1 to 2 now anyways as an engine. So there's no reason to hit it. I think you hit the card that you would always search off the Jet, which would be Starter.
Yeah.
That is a very logical thing to say, and I agree with it.
Because off Starter, if you don't draw the blue, you're going to be summoning the blue.
Yeah.
And, unless you draw a blue in the Nimble package. So I think they will limit this. I personally think it's fine, and I wish they would just hit blue to 1, actually, just because they're burning themselves for damage, which I kind of comes up.
See, but then there goes again. It's like I'm kind of personal, and I'm just like I really do like the semi-limited list. So, but I kind of already said that earlier. But
people are gonna drill you in the comments for saying.
Oh, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I personally like it, but that's just me.
Because if it's at 2, it's good to be at 3. So
yeah.
All right. Now this card, I 1000% Dylan is about to be happy as hell for me to say, and I think that this card can come back to 1, and that is Zodiac Trident.
This card can come back for sure. I just wanted to summon Utopic Future Dragon once during Tri-Brigade format. Once.
Y'all think this card is great to come back to 1?
Yeah, absolutely. Just don't bring back Broad Bull, dog. That thing is a generic.
What about Barrage? I didn't put that on the list. I forgot about it. Zodiac
and then
Barrage.
bring back Brat to 1. Brat to 2.
I don't think.
And Barrage.
Hold on.
You can't. It's too
special. Now you're reaching.
It's too special of an engine, in my opinion. I think if you bring back Trident, you cannot bring back the spell.
I can see that.
I disagree. As long as you don't increase the number of rat here, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
So we're all in agreement.
Because the deck's really power crept out by just a Rise Heart by itself. So you can bring this back easily.
Cool. And I think Dylan's going to be playing going second Kaiju Zoo sooner or later.
Back in 2017, Kaiju Slumber Zoo.
And this one right here is kind of a shout out to Kerry, his little baby, Electromite. Do you think this can come off the list?
So I wasn't playing during this time, so I don't have any input in this.
No, strictly because I would have said yes if I hadn't read the new Super Heavy Samurai support. Yeah, nah, I don't want them adding a free draw to their already. It's one.
I don't think any card that supports that deck could not come back. I personally think if that deck was not about to get this new support, this card could come back to 1,000%.
Yeah.
Which it's coming out in Cyberstorm Access, correct?
No, I think so. I'd have to double check the set list. I'm not too sure, but yeah, that's why Super Heavy Samurais are already going up slowly. So
we're gonna say this one is a wish. You want no change.
And like I said, I don't have any input on this because I wasn't playing when Electromite was
I started when this deck was crazy, dog. That's when I first started playing. It was insane.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. Electromite has to stay gone as long as Super Heavy Samurai have the most broken pendulum cards ever printed. I swear to God.
We do not have one card on this list that should be here and should be banned, and that is the FTK starter for that deck.
That's not specific.
I don't remember the name of the card. It's a card that starts in FTK and then Super Samurai.
Oh.
I should have put that on there.
I don't know what it is.
I definitely should have put it on there. I couldn't remember the name of it though. Next up, I think this card could never come back, and that is Block Dragon.
Fun at one.
No, his.
I mean, the way that Dakota was explaining it to me earlier, as we were talking, I was like, "Oh, I can see it. If a Rise Heart, I mean, what are they going? What is Adam Emancipator going to do with the Rise Heart up?" Right.
That, yeah, that, and not only like, how are they going to out an Avermax?
Yeah.
Like, it can come back to one. It's fine. A Rise Heart is easily summonable and is in the most one of the most popular decks in the meta. With Cash, people kind of over prepared for Cash and keep losing to Sprite. So I think that's why everything went down. But it's fine. It can come to one.
Well, if this thing does come to one and it goes up in price, I have 72 copies of this card.
So you should we should check you out on TCG Player.
Yeah.
What's your source name? So that way we can get
Same
all
as the
our
YouTube.
cards. Same as the YouTube. Oh, and what is that? Inspire TCG?
Yep. Catch me now.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, check that out.
Now, this one, everyone has been asking for since the ban list after it got banned, and that is Orcus Harpor.
Did we just shut Scotty up and put it to one?
I have no input. I wasn't playing during this time, so...
It's crazy to think, like, if we had the decks we had now, Orcus would not have been able to compete at all.
Yeah, no, 100%.
I remember being so scared of a Crescendo.
I remember, yeah. Now I'm so scared of standby phase. Yeah, D-shifter.
Yeah, facts. I didn't play this deck, so I actually don't know if I want it to come back, and that is Prank Kids Meow Meow.
Man, this deck's so boring to play.
I think it's perfectly fine to come back to one.
I know my buddy
Dallas. Not with Block Dragon existing. If Block Dragon came back to one, this can't come back. It's the same. It's like vice versa. This can come back, but Block Dragon has to stay. That's where I'm at. So this is probably also a wish list thing for me personally.
I'll put it at the wish list because I kind of hope it comes back. I doubt it does because Prank Kids did have its time in the meta, and they want more people to play the decks that they have coming out, and they don't want people to go back and be like, "Oh, I'm going to play Prank Kids" because they know it's a really good deck.
And then you had to find all the Prank Kids stuff you sold because, like, you sold it the second that ban list came out, and then that's just that too. Ugh.
One thing that I don't see what's on here is the Brave Engine stuff.
I don't think any of it's going to get hit.
Technically, it is going to reprint, but then we all know what happens, or Konami doesn't care if it's getting a reprint in the Mega 10s or not, so... Yeah.
It's going to get its reprint. I think they put it in there.
No, they did put it in the Mega 10s.
Cool. All right. Yeah. Now, this card should have been at 2 like 7 months ago, and that is Salamangreat Gazelle.
2?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, hey, what's up? Sorry, I had to change permissions, but you're good.
There we go.
Hey, what's up with it, Kerry?
Not much. Finally got logged in here.
Awesome. Well, you made it halfway through. Right now, we are on Salamangreat Gazelle.
But with that, you can see our screens, right, Terry? Kerry? Wow.
Terry,
yeah, well, I got y'all on my phone since I'm technically still at work, so.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, here's what we got so far for banned. Mindhacker, Cyberstein, Ibly, and Expulsion is what we all agree on to get the boot.
Well, Mindhacker's fine because Mindhacker doesn't really kill the deck; it just takes away from the degeneracy, pretty much. Cyberstein, I don't know. Is it because of the Mystic Potato or whatever it is?
It's
Or
that
is
and
it?
a whole bunch of other reasons.
I don't know. I guess that's kind of one of those things. I guess have to wait to see if it becomes an actual problem or if it's just people prematurely freaking out.
Yeah, I kind of think that like people kind of are, but I am tired of getting exterior summoning on me and.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's going to
especially.
happen anyway with that new fusion card that's coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I'm gonna summon the Cheerio Beast for free.
Exactly. And what were the other ones?
Ibley.
Ibley and Expulsion.
Well, those are kind of weird because while this is just my opinion, I think yes, Ibley is a problem, but I think more people are freaking out about it and over preparing for it than are actually playing it, if that makes sense. I do agree it's a problem, or it's a pain in the butt to deal with, but I don't know if it's ban worthy. I really don't. Now, Expulsion's also weird because whenever the new fusion comes out, they're just going to swap to doing that because going that route is a lot safer and a lot. It's just a better play that does the same thing that Expulsion does now. That's the issue, or at least that's the way I see it. So it's hard to do anything about it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes.
But I mean,
sense.
I could see it because banning Gimmick Puppet just doesn't matter.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Because if you ban it, then they have other cards they can just summon.
Yeah, because they can go back to using the Raw's Disciple or using the little dark one. I can't remember its name. While those are outable, they're more easily outable. It's still you either draw the out or you lose.
Yeah, correct.
So it's 6 one way, half a dozen the other.
So you think Salmon Great Gazelle can go to 2?
Yeah, Gazelle's fine. Salad's been pretty power crept in my opinion.
Yeah.
Now, granted, we don't know what the new support is because they are getting new support in the new. I think it was a Duelist pack. So that's
we won't get that till December.
As Salad sits right now, in my opinion, they could put Gazelle to 3.
Yeah, but you know what they're gonna do. They're gonna go 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now, this one is a big debate, and that is MathMech Circular.
Circular, yeah. I think it needs to go to 1. This card's just stupid strong. This card is a 1-card support card that put the deck completely back on the map. Like, I'm a dump, then I'm a search. For free! It's a +2. It's stupid.
I think.
Well,
oh, you're good.
Or go ahead, Trey.
I just think this card's too OP. Like, you can get to access code with just this card. It's pretty insane.
That is true. My issue with hitting the cyber stacks, because I do agree that these generic, I guess, cyberish dot decks, which I mean most of them are playing MathMech cards, but you also have cyber stacks like Marincess or with the new Salad support coming out. I know there's been a little bit of an uprising for something like Update Jammer to go, because Update Jammer is, while it itself is not that strong, it's what it enables with access code.
Yeah, it's about giving it the double attack.
Yeah, because you get a 5300 access code. They've got at least 3 to 4 pops with access code.
And you can't even respond.
So I could see I do think that the engine needs some sort of hit, but the only problem with limiting circular, I guess, it doesn't kill the deck. It kills a little bit of its consistency because they have 18 million ways to search circular.
Yeah, and then you play 18 hand traps, and you just play small world.
But that also means that like it's the perfect card in the deck to go to 1, since it has multiple ways to search it.
This is true.
Yeah. So
this
I think
is
if
true.
you're going to card the deck, this is the card to go to 1.
So I think we're going to put it in wish list or no change.
We can wish list it.
I could see it as plausible.
Cool.
I could see it as pretty. It wouldn't surprise me.
Gotcha. This one you put on here, Dakota, Superfactorial. Most people that I have seen, they only play, or like Clay, he does only play 1 copy.
Yeah, so this is something that I put on the list early on. It was like my 3rd card. I have a problem with this card because there's no real way to stop what it does to you, realistically, unless you have like Bell, because it can still rip cards out of your hand. It's still going to set up an Omni Negate because it doesn't target, and it just does so much for the deck, and it's quite literally just a 1-of. And it's weird for me to say this, but I do want this card gone.
Yeah, but then they have nothing.
Hey, just draw that out.
My issue with that is their win con.
Yeah.
So if you ban it, it's like
the deck's dead.
I guess you could play some blind second, basically just access code turbo, update jammer into access code, break their board, and kill them. But if they hit circular, if they limit circular to 1, I think it's fine. Because yes, if they do get access to circular and you don't have a way to stop it, then yeah, it kind of feels like you got sacked. But I think hitting circular to 1 is fine. It doesn't kill the deck. It just brings it down a peg.
I'll say this. I agree with that, but I also agree with this card is a searchable Trish.
Oh yeah, but
yeah.
on the broad spectrum of what we have to contend with in the meta, especially with what's coming up with Super Heavy Samurai, Pearly, etc.
Oh, yeah.
I think as far as the list of priorities, I think Mathmech's kind of at the bottom end of that, if that makes sense. It really wouldn't surprise me if they don't touch the deck, because it is a good solid choice at the regional level, but at the YCS level, yeah, you'll get a few tops, but I don't think it's I don't think it's a legitimate problem. Is it annoying? Yes. But I'm kind of in the middle. I could see them hitting it, but then it wouldn't surprise me if they don't.
Crazy thing is, this deck has got a top 4 at every regional that we have went to this entire year.
And don't you have one of those top deck profiles on your channel?
Yes, I do. It's Clay.
Oh, and what's your channel name again? Is it the same as... Oh, it's Inspired TCG, right?
Yes.
So people who are just watching just subscribe, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. We have a couple more cards to talk about. Goodness. I didn't think this was going to take that long.
Oh, yeah. No, this is a discussion.
All right, now.
Well, it ain't like we have anything better to do.
Hey, that's facts.
Yeah, that's true.
Podcast coming soon.
I'm keeping that in. That's not getting edited out. Neither is this.
All right. Next card on the list is Luna Light Tiger. Do you think it could go to 2, or should that motherfucker stay at 1?
That's a little iffy. That that everybody has those cards that they have PTSD about. That's one of those ones that's a little iffy.
Yeah, Luna Light Orcus was terrible.
Well, the Orcus engine's dead, but the Luna engine, I could see them putting it to 2, and then you kind of see what it does.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not. What's that?
that fact that you could possibly run this as something in a branded engine too, because it comes back to 2. You don't want to run it at 1 because it's not worth actually running the cards. But if this comes back to 2, you're talking about being able to search poly 3 times.
Oh, this is true. Well, branded is going to shift after Cyberstorm Access. They won't be as reliant as reliant on branded fusion. But who knows how that's going to play realistically.
So personally, you think this could go to semi, or you think no change?
I'm okay with it coming to 2 just to see.
Mm-hmm. I think so as well.
I'm all about fucking around and finding out.
Facts.
Now there's some stuff that it's like, no, we don't even need to.
No, we don't.
Some stuff needs to stay where it's at.
Yeah, that can stay unfucked. We're fine.
Alrighty, guys. The next 2 cards on the list, I wanted them here, and that is Sky Striker multi-roll. Do you think it's okay to come to 2? And engage. Yes, engage.
Oh, okay.
Multi-roll can come back to 2.
I can see it.
It's at 2. Is it to 2? Yeah, it's at 2 of the OCG.
Yeah, they have 2 engage and 2 multi-roll, I believe.
But Kagari is at 1.
Yes.
Which I think in our format, as we're going into this new one with Pearly and all that, I think it's perfectly fine for multi-roll to come back to 2. Now, engage, on the other hand, I'm kind of scared. I want it to come back to 2 because I kind of want to play Striker, but I am scared to death for it to come back to 2.
No, we all have the fear of getting engaged 4 times in the same turn.
I personally think I'm just going to put it at wish list because I'm scared for it to come back to 2, to be honest, a little bit.
I think me personally, I would rather see engage come back to 2 before I did multi-roll. I know that might be a hot take and sound a little weird.
It's the not being able to respond thing, huh?
Yeah. See, that's another thing.
That is correct.
Speaking of that, if I could go off on a tangent for 2 seconds.
You're perfectly fine.
The not being able to respond, because me and Trey have had discussions, and me and Charles have had discussions about how to hit branded. Because if you hit branded, or if you hit branded fusion to 1,
yes, that's what we have.
Yes, they set up their board, but their recovery is done. They have no recovery whatsoever. I mean, they do to an extent, but it's very minimal.
Yeah, it's usually Cartesia back to hand. That's it.
Yes, I think they need to hit branded lost. I think they need to ban branded lost if they're gonna do anything.
That's where we have branded lost on here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
But we don't have it. We don't have it banned. I put it as no change.
Well, they only play it at 1 anyway.
That's
so it's
what,
either you
ban
because
or
you
nothing.
don't want to draw it. I just wanted to bring that up before I forgot about it.
You're good. I think it's still no change on branded loss until the new support comes out, just to see how crazy it gets. If it gets too crazy, then hit it.
It's already crazy, dog.
Well,
branded lots is already crazy.
But no one's playing branded, and branded's not topping anything.
Well,
like,
it got 3 spots at the 250th, and I don't think any of them made it past top 64.
No, because Charlie got it.
Top 32.
Only person
Charlie was in top 64. The other white guy, I can't remember his name, the one that was on the team with Charlie, got top 64.
Oh, John.
And then the other guy got top 64. The only one I wasn't 100% sure of was Charlie. If he maybe made it to top 32.
No, he got top 64. He lost. He was first place after Swiss, and then in top 64 he lost.
Yeah. Anyway, we can go back to what we were talking about. Sorry, we got off on a tangent.
Oh no, that's the whole point of the discussions. Anyways, next on the list is Spellbook of Judgment. I think no one's playing it. It can just go unlimited. It's at 2, correct?
For us boomers, me and probably Dakota, That realistically, in the grand scheme of things, I think it's fine. It kind of goes back to that whole, PTSD of old cards. But in the grand scheme of things, I think it's fine. I think it's fine because that card was Engage before Engage came out.
Yeah, but to be fair, it wasn't Engage. It was Giga Engage. Right? it summoned. It said summon a 2400 defense Jowgen.
Hey, that was a problem.
Cards. Go. What do you? Vanity's Emptiness was already annoying, but then you summon a Vanity's Emptiness with 2400 booty, and the next turn is like 35, 36. Like, oh lord! But it can still come to 3. That's not strong now.
Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, no, I think it's fine. Are there going to be some people that play it and cheese out wins that they shouldn't with it? Yes, but I think it's fine.
Gotcha.
What do you think, Dylan?
I don't think he knows.
Honestly, I don't really care about the card.
Dylan's just like, I'm here, bro.
Dylan goes,
yes.
Blue
Nah,
card.
it's just, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Next card on the list.
It's just anime. Like, yeah, I'm just indifferent.
Oh,
Like, I really am.
God damn.
About to die.
Oh, shit. Next card on the list is the Literalist XYZ, the Starling. It's just unlimited.
Yeah.
Yeah, put it back to 3. I miss playing that deck.
Yeah, it's.
We don't have some more. We don't have some Morg anymore. Put it back to
3.
We're getting
we're getting there.
Give us a second.
Next card that I think it's either no change or it's just going to come back to 3, and that's Pot of Desires.
3.
I just think it comes back to 3.
Come back to 3.
I think it stays where it's at.
I think it goes back to 3 or it goes no change.
The problem is that at 3, it was a more consistent Widmore card, but at 2, that really does hurt the consistency of G-Dub just being able to grab it, which really balances out the card itself.
What I'm seeing a kind of a pattern. Like, I think Pot of Desire stays at 2, and then the next card on the list goes to 2 as well, which is Pot of Prosperity. Fuck, I couldn't talk.
It's okay.
I could see them doing it.
I personally like it because Kashtira being able to just Pot of Prosperity, get all the monsters they need in the Banish Pile just to put under a Rise Art is pretty crazy. Oh, you're Dark Hole in me? Well, I mean, Fenitrak's under here, so.
Yeah,
well, the fact that they can attach in the Infinitrak, they can attach Garua to get a draw.
And Intis.
They can attach Intis or the Skull, the Skull Knight Warrior or whatever it is, the fusion.
Yeah.
And get a pop.
And also the other fossil fusion.
Yeah.
The other fossil fusion, I don't even think I know what it does.
Wagon and
the wagon.
Spell and Trap.
Pops a Spell and Trap? Damn. I've never read it.
One pops monster, one pops Spell and Trap.
Yeah.
It's kind of great. Next card on the list, I 1000% think it needs to go back to 1, and that is fucking Skill Drain.
Yeah, I kind of got to agree with that. I got hit with that at Mendenhall, and that pretty much just won him the game.
I think it's fine at 1. I'm perfectly fine with it being there.
Yeah, 1 is fine.
I'm perfectly fine getting sacked with it. Like, oh, you had that. Okay. I just got to out 1 Skill Drain.
It's completely different going, damn, I know there's a skill drain there. To, is there a skill drain there? Because those are 2 different sentences, dog.
That's facts. Next one on the list is a huge debate. I think it's either goes to 1 or just stays the same, and that is Zeus.
I don't know if putting it to 1 does anything, because yes, some decks do play 2, but I think that's more because of Kashtira. The only deck that would normally run 3 regardless was like pure Zoo.
Which Zodiac Trident we have on this list coming back to 1.
Yeah, Dryden's fine at 1, just Broad Bull needs to stay in the 9th circle of hell where it belongs.
So do you think Zeus would just be no change, or this would be like a wish list to make it go to 1?
Yeah, I just don't think it does anything.
Here's the thing. So with Zeus is basically the Castera access code talker, if you think about it, because they have two, so they can go into a second one just to be safe. It's the same thing with Castera. Not only that, there's not really a lot of other cards you can play in Castera, so you'd have to fill your extra deck slot up with something you'll probably never summon. It's just there. So now you have.
Well, if they play two,
target.
they'll probably just either play a prosperity target or just play the red eyes flare because most people are siding it.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people
that
saying
I've
it.
seen, a lot of them that I've seen have either been on 2 Zeus and 1 Big Eye, or 2 Big Eye, 1 Zeus.
I've seen both together.
the list that won Los Angeles was on two of each.
Yeah, he's on
really?
Yeah, he's on
he
two
must
of
have got
both.
something else.
Yeah, I ran his list at Fort Worth, so it's a really good list.
No, okay, fair enough.
The next card on the list is my card, and I think it should come back to 2, and that is a Miscellaneousaurus.
I'm gonna stop you in your tracks right now. No, the card can stay at 1.
No,
we were literally just talking about not being able to respond.
I guarantee you they bring this card back to 2. We're having
They
Dino
will
support.
with the new yes.
So 2, you wish list it not to come back.
Yeah, I do not want this card back.
But
somewhere.
me wants it to come back to 2.
Have you
and
read this?
I read it every time I activate that motherfucker.
I bet you can recite its effect word for word.
Probably.
Don't do it. I'm not editing that in the video.
Alrighty. Now we are getting to the cards that are banned that could come off the list, or they're going to stay where the fuck they are because they probably deserve it. Alright, first card on the list is Samorg. I think this card can come back to 1.
No.
Windbearer statue is gone.
Coming, well, that is true. That is true. I forgot about that. I was going to say, coming from somebody that played Lyraless Tri-Brigade for a good while, I was like, I don't think this card needs to come back. But because Windbearer statue is gone, it's not as much of an issue. But people forget about the protection that card bestows. Everything that it points to cannot be targeted.
It's literally Elf on steroids. Well, no, isn't it Winged Beast? Isn't it Winged Beast? No, it's got 3 arrows. That's why I say that.
Yeah, it's got 3 bottom arrows.
But it can only protect the Winged Beast, correct?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes, I do believe so. You can only protect the Winged Beast. It's Winged Beast, Beast Warrior.
Oh, the BBWs, yeah.
Yeah,
what the fuck?
Yeah, it protects your Floodgate, which was the biggest problem. That's why it left. And then the Floodgate still managed to stay because of Flu. So, with your Floodgate gone, the best thing you have to summon if you're just running this generically is Apex Avian.
Which
to be fair, because I played it for a while, a lot of people were just summoning Apex Avian instead of the barrier statue. And they would end on Samorg, Utopic Draco Future, Double Dragon Lords, and then the Apex.
It's actually a really good board.
Yeah. So that might be a little much, especially if they put the Recital Starling, the XYZ back to 3. That might be a little much.
My question is that are we going to actually see that deck do work?
I mean, Droll's really heavy in the format, so I doubt it.
Yeah.
I think
that's the whole thing.
Because everybody's forgetting about the other monster I forgot about was the what's the other XYZ, the Robin?
Yeah.
That's a compulse at least 2 to 3 times.
Yeah.
I think it will be deceptively good. I don't think it's going to take over anything.
So you think
no
change?
Or give me one or the other. Give me either Samorg or 2 Recital. I would probably like to have. I could see Recital before Samorg.
Okay, so I'll put Samorg and no change.
Yeah, Samorg is
Well, because I thought about it as well, and then you remember in the old Dino builds when people were doing it and summoning Windbearer statue. you can still do that in on Dolka, Apex Avion, Baby, UCT, Samorg. Like, that's pretty broken.
Yeah, but then because of Lost World, Apex Avion's defense isn't that much. I think it's like 18 or something like that.
I don't know. I'm not summoning in defense.
Yeah. Oh, well, even then, it can still get ran over by, like, them just activating Birth. Then you negating it and then activating Birth.
That's true.
And then also Sprite can just summon Avermax during your combo. Or not during your combo, but Sprite can play through it. They're making Dark Ruler now, so that's my whole thing. I think that this card it's strong. It's still really strong. It'll still be a really strong card. But is it going to be really strong in a modern format where decks can literally just play around it like it's nothing? Especially in branded too.
That's true.
Since Barrier Stage's banned, I think it possibly could come back.
I'll just leave it at limited.
Hey, my favorite thing though, summon Dark Samorg.
Hey.
That was my favorite thing to do with that card.
Also, keep in mind is that deck does have an in-engine way to play around Dark Ruler, because of the trap that they dump.
Yeah, they just activate the trap and then.
But I'm kind of like with Dakota. While it is strong, and I think it can be deceptively strong to where you can catch people slipping. But I don't think it's going to take over the meta in any way.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Next on the list, I think this card is a no change, and that is Spiral. What is this? Master Plan?
No, as long as Magician Souls is a card, no.
I mean, again, I wasn't
Harry,
playing
you want to keep talking? Because everything I've said so far, you have repeated perfectly. Because I had this discussion with Dylan. I said those exact words.
Dylan, did you play when Magician Souls came out?
No. See, I played against Spiral before Lynx was a thing. So, back then, it wasn't an issue. But, see, I kind of quit when Lynx came out. And I kind of got back
normal quick fix, activate Machine Dupe.
No.
And then you know what you do after they activate Machine Dupe? You go to game 2 because Maxi ain't legal in TCG and it ain't never going to be legal. We can put that in unchanged.
Next on list,
we can do 2 for 1.
This is Blaster, correct? That's the one you put on here?
Yeah.
Put all of them to 1.
I think it's a no change.
No. Redox, no. Blaster's fine. Titles, a little iffy. Blaster's fine. Titles, iffy. Redox, no.
I think they're just a no change. I don't think they're right. I doubt they bring it off.
Hey, dog. Title dumps a Nimble Monster.
Whoa.
But Title also enables Mermail hand loops more.
Yep. Oh, also, since it's a 7, you could technically do... No, you couldn't do anything in cash. But if you're running the cash tier elements thing, you could do some crazy stuff in tier elements now.
No, Title's iffy, Redox, no.
Masterpiece?
Yeah, Redox, nah. Okay.
Next on the list is Masterpiece.
I've been wanting to rant and rave about this card.
I think it's a no change. I think it's a no change. What?
So many people play Small World to search kaijus.
This card can be abused.
So can Small World to search kaijus.
I mean, realistically, what are they going to do? No, it's going to be no.
Kerry had a really good point on this card when I talked to him about it the other day.
What Kerry say? I'm...
Hell, what did I say? Because I can't remember.
I don't either. I was hoping you remember.
Actually, no. I did have an argument for this. Okay. Dakota will remember this. Trey, you probably won't. And I don't think Dylan will either.
No.
But back when Draco was a deck, okay? When Draco was legitimately a meta deck, when the problem I believe with Masterpiece is not necessarily the Towers-esque effect, the other effect. The reason I say that is because when he got banned, they have another Towers. They have another Masterpiece Towers-esque card. It's the Draco.
Metatron.
Do what now?
Metatron.
I can't remember what it is. Yeah,
Yeah,
they have it, but nobody played it. Nobody played it because Masterpiece was just. It's because of that additional pop effect. Now, granted, that was a slower format. But Masterpiece.
So
I don't like floodgate
PTSD.
decks. I don't like floodgate decks, and Draco is a floodgate deck. Now, like Trap Tricks is not a floodgate trap deck. That's fine. But like Labyrinth, if you take away like skill drain and all that stuff, it's fine. Then Draco's just another floodgate deck.
Yeah, but at the same time, the way the game is, it's so fast paced, and people are summoning towers all the time, and they just get out about some dude that drew a ball, a golem, Santa Claus, or the cast of the Godzilla movies, like
Yes.
that. So like that's where I'm at with it. Like at this point, I will still always respect the fact that someone somewhere will masterpiece the shit out of me, and that will terrify me to my core. But it's the thrill of having that in itself that makes it worth it.
I think this is a hill I'm gonna die on. I just don't like Masterpiece.
I personally think it's a no change.
You and Ashton can play Draco.
I will not play Draco. I'll play a Masterpiece deck.
I'm mad because True Draco is my only loss at Mississippi Regional.
I just don't like Masterpiece. I'm gonna die on this hill, and you can't convince me otherwise.
Damn, you got Draco'd?
No, it was the 2019 one. The one where I actually got I actually, got top 16.
Okay. Yeah.
What's that like?
All right, next one is Fiber Jar. It could come back, but I think it's gonna be a no change. I don't even think there's a reason to pull it off the list.
It's
this is the one that resets a game.
Yeah. It's a flip monster that gets ashed in perm. Valid.
I just don't see Konami taking
it. Ash it.
I don't think that it's gonna be a no change because it it extends the time of matches, and time rules is a thing. So
I personally think it'd just be a no change because I don't see them bringing off so many things, and I also don't see them like banning and unlimiting a lot of things.
Oh, that's true.
I could see that. I would put it on wish list. I mean, it'd just be something fun to toy with. But I think anyone playing Empty Jar is just playing a deck that's way too slow.
They're just on cope at that point.
Yeah, like they're on Giga Cope, and you could side this in for time, but you're just gonna keep going into game 3.1, 2, 3, 4. It's just gonna keep going like that. So, like. Even then, you're just forcing yourself into a stupid loop, and congrats, you've made yourself and everyone else around you look stupid for doing this to yourself.
Like the old Mystic Mind burn players at regionals, and they'd be at top tables.
Rip Jeff
Jones.
No, not Jeff Leonard.
Leonard.
Yeah.
Jeff Leonard, my bad.
He's different. He is allowed to play Mystic Mind burn.
He smiles, and he means it, and we appreciate that in a Mystic Mind player.
Oh, you said Cosmic? Oh, no, I'm flipping Judgment.
Yeah. Konami needs to give him his own printing of Ultimate Rare Mystic Mind.
Oh, my God.
He's the only person allowed. Like, it just says, should say, banned, but Jeff Leonard can play 3.
That would be
and we would all be happy about that.
I would not be at any regional he's at. I'd stay the fuck away. Anyways, next card. Me and Dakota already talked about this card a little bit, and that's Sekka's Light. A lot of people said this card can come back to 2. I personally think it's just gonna stay where it's at.
Yeah, Super Heavy Samurai is a deck that could abuse this, so I'd rather not see them do that. I never thought I'd have to say that in 2023. That Super Heavy Samurai is going to be a deck, But Konami completely overdid it with that Pendulum card. That card is just
broken.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who at their R&D team went, this is this is fine, and then pushed it through. But I want to meet him. I just want to talk. I swear to God.
Which, how many times? I want to bring this up. How many times over the past, let's say, 4 to 5 years, have we said that exact statement?
At least 1,000 times.
Oh, when Mist came out. I know we did.
Well, we're saying that now. You could arguably say that with the Pearly XYZ.
Oh no, I would. Pearly is just insane.
Mystic Mine, Firewall Dragon.
I mean, Zeus to an extent. I remember reading Zeus and was like, "What the fuck?"
Hulk, Summon Sorceress,
Zeus, Access Code Talker.
Also, there's another card, but we'll do the last. The
entire
card.
Danger Engine.
Yeah, that is pretty broken.
Yeah, Fairy Tale Snow. Let's stop getting off on this tangent. We'll be here for another 3 hours. I swear.
Next card on the list, I think should come back to 1, and that is Red Reboot.
Yes.
Trap decks are getting out of hand, and I personally think that Red Reboot is completely fine at 1.
Let's be.
I don't think they're getting out of hand.
I beg to differ some.
I don't think they're getting out of hand. We just don't have many ways to counter them.
All right. I think Red Reboot needs to come back so control players can actually, feel how it feels to get hit by the Saki one-of that shuts their entire turn down. Because I swear to God, if I ever get one-of sacked by call by 7 times in a damn regional again, I'm going to lose my shit.
I say this, but how do you think the Labyrinth player felt last week when I Harpy Feather Dusted him game 1 and game 2?
Yeah, this is the exact same thing. Like,
funny story with Call By. Funny story with Call By. I played 3 to 4. It was either 3 or 4 Naturia Runics at Mendenhall, and I beat all of them and tied with 1. And I swear I called by the Grave over those 3 to 4 matches. I can't remember exactly, but I called by the Grave at least 5 Mole Crickets.
Like, what were you playing, Gary?
He's playing Punk.
I was playing Punk.
Okay. I didn't know if you're playing Sword Soul.
Hey, tell him the new Punk version. Deck profile coming soon.
No, I don't think it's good. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it, but I think I'm almost kind of coping with this.
I feel it.
And what deck? Punk Gold Pride?
No, that sucks. No, I had a very interesting idea, and one of the guys at Mendenhall, me and him were talking about it, and he made me think of it. He asked me if because I got blind evenly game 1, 3 different matches, round 1, round 2, and round 3. Or I take that back. Round 1, round 2, and round 4.
Oh, okay.
I won 2 of those, and then I drew 1 of them. But he brought up a point, because the standard Punk end board, you end on the level 8, and then the quick synchro in Shirakuzai, and the other level 3. And he asked me, he said, "Why aren't you playing Barkion?" And I said, "Well, I can't because Shirakuzai has to make a pump monster." And then I had the crazy idea to try Naturia Punk, but
cool.
I don't think I can make it work because the levels are too odd. Because you got 4s and 1s in Naturia, and then Punk has 3s and 8s. So I'm gonna try it, but I don't think it's gonna be very good.
I feel like you're gonna be making fucking Natura Beast with a Herald and a fucking Savage, or not Savage, but like a Draco Berserker or some shit.
It's just gonna be this
wild
you
can.
Synchro deck. Not even gonna be playing Punk. Just playing Punk for. You're literally playing the main deck just to make your extra deck. Your extra deck is the engine almost.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. Before we get to the very last card, there's a card that I did not put on here, and that is Thunder Dragon Colossus. I personally think he can come back to 1.
Again, I wasn't playing during this format, so hell.
Sprite make it for free.
No, they can't. They don't activate.
Yeah, they don't. It's just a summoning condition. They just summon. I thought about that too, and I was like, oh wait, never mind. They don't do that. Thank God.
Yeah, they don't activate.
Oh God, if they did, the freaking OCG would be running wild with it.
Oh.
Okay.
I still think that I still think it should stay where it's at. I still think it's definitely a problem card, but it's more like a wish list thing. Everyone wants it back at 1, but
Yeah.
Whew.
All right. Now for the final card, Maxi.
No.
Where
Maxi can stay in the ninth circle of hell.
No, it's just sitting on the throne of hell. I am so back and forth with my opinion on this card. And if anyone played Master Duel at all, even in Master Duel, having this at 3, you just activate this against certain decks. If they don't have the answer, they just stop. The card's Vanity's Emptiness that can be called by.
I legit don't even play Master Duels because of this fucking card. There's no way I want to see it.
Well, also it warps deck building, because now you have to play 3 Ash, you have to play Crossout Designator, and you have to play Max C.
Yep, you have to play literally it's like GOAT format. You have to play. You build your 21 card core, and then you throw in your engine in there.
Yeah. No, I think Maxi needs to stay exactly where he's at. I've actually watched interviews with OCG players, and they don't like this card, but they've pretty much all of them said the same thing. I don't like this card, but we've just grown to accept it at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that card. It warps deck building. It's a card that forces you to account for.
I perfectly think you're correct. I will never want to see this card in my life. That is the reason I don't play Master Duels. So
currently, let's just say that near mint ultis are the lowest they have been in a while, and that's 520.
Which is like $500.
520. So when normally they're what, 800 plus a piece?
Yeah,
600
they've been slowly trending up, because I remember you could buy them for like 100, and then right after it got banned, you could pick them up for like 20 to 30 bucks.
Yeah, I bet they're setting on them things.
I mean, personally, if it did get them banned, I kind of like the collector. If they come out with a collector's rare, I'd be getting those, because I like but this is just a wish.
I think everybody needs to have at least 3 commons, just in case it does, because people freak out over ban lists, and that will be the freak out of all freakouts.
It would be the
You're talking about YouTubers not only making a ban list reaction video, but they're also talking about 5 minutes later the new deck that they're playing, which is literally 12 cards.
Well, no, you're gonna see a resurgence. You think trap decks are a problem now? Let Max C come back. You're gonna go to regionals and play 6 rounds against Flu, Labyrinth, Eldritch, because everybody just doesn't want to lose to Max C.
And then you'll see a resurgence of Crossout.
Yeah, but you know what else I want to see? I want to sit across from a Dark World player who gets Max Seed.
Oh,
and
God.
the dude just looks at him and goes,
"Hey, hand loot me, boy."
Hey, dog, I have some news for you.
Well, if any deck can do it, they can.
You see your deck? It's going to be in your hand.
Hey, dog. Game 2?
No, if you think about it, they're going to summon as much as they possibly can and try to deck you out.
That's
the
point.
They can do it too. You can, as long as they have cards in their hand, you can keep doing the silver. So if they just keep drawing off Max C, you will win. You're just I can do this until time runs out, and then you just win game 1.
Shit. Well, hell, I think we should end the recording right there. And if anybody actually, watches it all the way through, like, comment, and subscribe. And
this was a discussion, not bad. I was really long-winded with that shit. This is all.
Hey, I don't care. Hey, it was fun.
Yeah.
We'll do it again. I think we should start a Twitch and do like a podcast thing on there.
Yeah.
So we can get that
before
going.
Before we go, no explanations. 3 cards you want off the list.
Yes.
I was actually going to bring this up. I was going to say one card that everybody wants off of the list, even if it's just pure cope. I'll go first. I want Electromite back. Give me Electromite.
Yeah,
give me my girl.
Yeah, we already covered it for you. Don't worry.
All right.
We were thinking of you when we were talking about Electromite.
We shouted you
We're
out.
in complete disagreement.
I'll tell you 3 cards right now. Dryden, the 1. Bravo, the 1. Rat, the 2. There you go. That's me.
I would rather Kerry's come.
Tell me you want to play Zoo without actually
Tell me you want to play Zoo.
Grass.
Wait.
Grass.
You and Skull Servants.
No, imagine
Yeah,
grass
right.
and tier. Holy crap.
Imagine grass and everything, dog. Imagine
Yeah.
playing the punk deck and you're going, I don't need Pepega Ruler anymore.
Wait. I forgot
have
about
the
Barrage.
green card.
Rat can stay at 1. Barrage, come on. Yep. There.
Yeah.
I would rather see Rat off the list than Bravo.
Facts.
Facts, 100%. But you said wish, and
He's giving you his
Fair
wish.
I don't think God would even grant that wish, dog.
Oh god.
That's out of his jurisdiction.
Well, if you all stayed for the video, comment down below one card you wish that was off the list, and comment, like, subscribe, and catch you in the next one. Peace.
Don't forget about the Discord.
Oh, and don't forget about the Discord. Link below.
check out Inspire TCG on TCG
TG
Player.
Player. Peace.